All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Titans in tonight's video. As we all know, they have the #1 overall pick for the first time in franchise history. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Shadur Sanders even all present interesting options for this team. But to me, it remains clear, get a quarterback. I don't care if it's Cam Ward. I don't care if it's Shadur Sanders. By the way, my opinion is I think the Tennessee Titans will be selecting Cam Ward because he appears to be safer than Shadur Sanders. People think he's going to bring like a bunch of culture issues and, oh, he's Deion Sanders' son. He's just too much drama, too much noise. I don't think that's the case at all. In fact, I'll give you a reason why the Titans could draft Shadur Sanders, but I keep seeing him in like second round mock drafts. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But the point remains, the Titans need a quarterback. And I hate every mock draft that I read where, they're drafting Travis Hunter or they're drafting Abdul Carter. They're, trading out of the first round pick. And I don't like it at all. I really don't. I understand they have other weaknesses, right? They need to focus on free agency and the draft and other aspects. But the most important position is the quarterback. And I'm pretty sure most Titan fans out there, let me know if I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure most Titan fans out there want them to select the quarterback of their future. I hate the whole trade out of the first round pick and have a better pick in next year's draft class. Folks, if you get the quarterback right, it kind of negates or minimizes all of your other issues. And every 32 team in the National Football League has weaknesses and they all have issues. But like we saw with the Washington Commanders, who are in almost an identical situation last season, if you can have a good draft, specifically the quarterback, but if you can get your franchise QB, have a good draft, have a good free agency, well, the sky's the limit. These are all still NFL caliber football players. So some of the headlines I've been seeing, like the Titans are going to explore trading down to draft Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. We'll get into all this stuff in just a second. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Haven't made a Titans video in over a week, so I apologize on that. We'll definitely ramp it up as we get closer to the draft. But I'm excited to see how this Titan team does with over $50 million in cap space. There's some trades that we're probably going to see in a couple of days as well. But let's talk first and foremost at the quarterback position. Will Levis is the only rostered or contract guaranteed. He's the only guy with a contract in the quarterback room. And I was really big on the Mayo man. But yeah, you got to cut him loose. It's kind of a Kenny Pickett situation where, yeah, maybe, but probably not. So apparently the Titans have some interest in Sam Darnold, not enough interest to trade for him. He's not going to get franchise tag, so they don't even need to. The idea of bringing Darnold over, it's not the worst because he's 27, just led the Minnesota Vikings to 14 wins. People say he crumbles in big time games, and it's like, well, he hasn't really played in a big time game outside of this past season and the playoffs, dating all the way back to his USC days. And I know he doesn't want to go to the Giants. And I don't really see the Titans going after Sam Darnold. But if it were to happen in theory, I definitely wouldn't be upset. He's 27 years old. He's in the prime of his career. He could throw a pretty football. And I think with Callahan would be able to get enough out of him 100% for the next couple of years. But I don't really like it. Before we get into the mock draft, the Titans will explore trading down to draft Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. So I don't like this. ESPN's Jordan Reed predicted in his latest mock that they trade down to pick number 3 and end up going with either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. And he said he predicts Carter to be the pick. And he said a whole bunch of stuff, 12 sacks registered and 18.5% pressure rate, third in the FBS, because Harold Landry III is he's given permission to seek trade. They don't have much of a pass rush to go out there and get, start this rebuild with Abdul Carter. I don't really like it, but if they were to do that or, take Travis Hunter, et cetera, Derek Carr or Sam Darnold, I guess is, good enough. I just think, man, first time in franchise history, you have the #1 pick. Take whichever quarterback you like. But because I said Derek Carr's name, apparently Ian Rappaport is reporting there's a chance that the Saints cut Carr, and the Titans are immediately mentioned as a potential landing spot. So he said in his report that Derek Carr will have options if he hits free agency and listed the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers as potential destinations. Him and Brian Callahan he was the position coach for Derek Carr in 2018 with the Oakland Raiders. So I actually don't hate the fit. But once again, unless they're taking a QB in the second round, or do you guys even have a third round pick? You don't have a third round pick. If you take one in the second round or the fourth round and you go out there and you get a guy like Derek Carr to be, the bridge QB, I don't hate that. But once again, let's talk about the quarterback position. So in my opinion, it's Cam Ward. Honestly, I view both of these two prospects very highly. I think they're both going to be absolute studs. Shadur Sanders is probably my pick. Maybe it's because the media in the last couple of weeks, because of the draft combine rumors and quote unquote, I'm using air quotes here, drama, all this drama, people are like, walking away unimpressed. The way I viewed it from Shadur Sanders' situation is I think he knows where he's getting drafted. And I genuinely think he's going to be either a Cleveland Brown or a New York Giant. But let's just say the Titans aren't interested in Cam Ward as much as they are Shadur. His 2024 adjusted completion percentage of 81.9% ranked second in the country when he was kept clean. Very big emphasis on keeping clean. He recorded 18 big-time throws, which was the 8th most in college football, while posting a turnover-worthy play rate of just 0.5%. That was the second best in college football. He also ranked 4th nationally in both passing grade at 92.8, adjusted completion percentage on intermediate throws at 70.9%. That's a 10 to 19-yard throw, by the way. And he had such a terrible offensive line. So I really think Shadur Sanders can be a successful QB in the NFL in the right system, and I think the same thing applies to Cam Ward. And whichever one Tennessee views highly, or more highly, I should say, then you just simply draft him. All right, but just for my hardcore Titan fans who want a little bit more draft talk, they need a right tackle. All right, they need a right tackle very badly. I don't know if that's going to happen in free agency or in the draft. Keep in mind, the Titans don't have their 3rd round pick this year. I saw a mock draft from Josh Leiskowitz with PFF, and he had pick 35 in the 2nd round. You guys taking Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. I know there's a need for the tackle, so if that can be addressed in free agency and you have the ability, the option to draft Jack Sawyer, edge rusher out of Ohio State at 35, you take it 100%. He recorded a pass rush win rate above 17% in each of his final 2 years. He also had 33 run stops to just 6 missed tackles on 591 combined run plays in the last 2 seasons. This guy's going to be an absolute monster, but honestly, I think he's going to be a 1st round draft pick. Folks, that's it for me. Let me know down below. You're the number one, you're the GM. Let's say you're Mike Borgonzi. You have the number 1 overall pick. Who are you taking? Are you going Cam Ward? Are you going Shadur Sanders? Are you going out there and trying to get a Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, etc., etc.? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. As always, let me know that comment down below, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Peace.